Okay, so let's get back to caricatures. I'm bringing back caricatures. Haven't done these in a few years, but I'm going to bring them back. It's going to be caricature weekends. So let's go over here. We're going to go over how to draw Logan Paul. And looking at the reference source, his eyes are a little bit off axis, so I'm going to kind of exaggerate that a little bit. And I'm thinking of like the eye type right here. And for the most part, I want to draw his eye type as what I see, but I'm shrinking it a little bit. Big space over here for kind of the nose. He does have a pretty big nose, but I'm going to go over here to the other eye, kind of looking at it and analyzing that shape, and more or less just kind of copying what I see, right, in his eye. Curve on the top. Line underneath there. I can tell he has this big, it's like a fold underneath the eye, and but it doesn't come from the crack of his, how do you say this? Like, if it comes from the bag of his eye, it will make him look too old. And obviously the guy's not that old, but he does have like these, I don't know how to say it, these like lines on his face. He's got the blue-eyed look, so I'm gonna, you know, put that dot in the center there and leave a big... If people have brown eyes, like dark brown eyes like I do, I tend to just fill in the color of the eye part. Finding his nose pretty big. So I am pulling back over here for the nostril. I could have pulled that nostril up more, but that's just kind of where it ended up there. You know, you work with marker, so it's hard to actually... By the way, if you like this stuff, if you like caricatures, give me somebody to caricature. And I might redo some other ones just for fun, like in different style or something. But give me, like, write it in the comments. Maybe someone that you want caricatured. And also, if you like this kind of stuff like that, hit the like. Hitting the like is the biggest indicator for me of what's happening. Alright. Pulling back over here. Kind of looking at it here, kind of analyzing the mouth area. And I'm going to put... See, there's another one, the laugh line, right? If you have it coming right from his nose, it might, not always, it might age him too much. Where some things look appropriate in real life, but not so appropriate in a drawing, and that's a balance that you have to figure out. So you could see it sometimes. Some of the defenses of like drawing faces, sometimes it's like, well, they had it. Like if you draw a big line right there and they look really old when you draw them on paper, like they look 60 or 70 or whatever, or 80 or whatever, and in real life they're like 30 or 20. You have to make a judgment, because drawing is about judgment calls, especially with caricaturing, right? You could draw 3 or 4 caricatures in different versions and get all different drawings. That's what's cool about it. Pulling a line down for the mouth. He always has like this kind of smirk going on. Down after his teeth. All right, around the corner here. This kind of like pretty prominent teeth. I wouldn't say he has buck teeth at all, but like they're prominent. You know, like they're very. You can tell the separation in the teeth very, very easily. All right, finding the separation of the teeth right here on the actual drawing. Sometimes you shouldn't put them in, but I'm gonna put them in because they're pretty big on the paper here. If they were smaller on the paper, then I could understand that, but they're pretty big on the paper. Curve over here, curve on the side. Downward. And a little bit of an opening right here as, he's opening his mouth right there. Curve underneath the lip type. Alright, continue to follow through here. Alright, just kind of thinking here. Alright, so crow's feet over there. I'm going to find the side of his head. There's 2 different ways to draw a caricature, by the way. You can actually start from the outside. Not 2 different ways, but here's 2 choices. You can start from the outside shape and work your way in. Or you can start your way from what I did here, which is start from the inside features and then work my way toward the outside shape. So, I mean, he's got a pretty big chin. So I want to make that a little bit more, a little prominent there. Add an angle right there, jaw over there. And then we kind of pull it back over here and then pull it up there. Line, line, line. He's got, you know, a little bit of hair right here for, you know, the... So the thing about his beard is that's also, I would say, kind of difficult to deal with because it's not like a really prominent dark beard. It is like a blondish, right? Slightly dark brown beard. And it almost looks like it's not fully filled in. And that's only because it's the color of the hair, you know. So it's hard to make that come across in the drawing, right? But we're starting with that little, like that bit of hair there. Go into the ear. Excuse me. So I'm like yawning. Going over here to the eyebrow, which to be honest, I should have done earlier. I don't know why I didn't do that. Finding the simple direction of the line of the eyebrow, that's big. Right on. That line over here on the other side. Sweet. And line over here. Cool, cool. Alright. Good stuff. Yeah, like a little thin line there. Okay, so that's what I mean by the beard, right? We're gonna start throwing the wispiness around. Wispiness, just throwing these lines as opposed to having like a single solid line, right? It just doesn't look like that. It looks more like a wispiness. I mean, maybe it is thin. I don't know. It looks like it's in there. It's just like a different. It's like, you know, dark brown and light brown, which makes it look not full. Go over here to the mustache area. Something similar. I don't know if you guys ever saw Twitter Picasso. Look up Twitter Picasso. Man, that guy does the funniest caricatures I've ever seen in my life. They're really funny. See a line over here. Pulling it down. And continue over here. Cool. Still, again, just throwing that wispiness until it starts to form like something going on there. It's like, okay, this is a little bit better. All right, think of the direction and like it's on its face, right? It's also not very kept sometimes. It's kind of like scraggly a little bit. So I put the other thing there is for his, I like the look that he has with the backwards hat, and I think it makes it more unique. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put him in that backwards hat, and with a little bit of straggling hair coming out of like the hole of that hat, right where you tie it and stuff. All right. Continue with that hat wrapping around the head there. Down. Maybe I'll do one of Jake Paul. I don't know. I don't really... He changes his look so much. It's hard to tell. I feel like Logan has a somewhat consistent look. Logan Paul, I kind of has, right? I feel like he looks pretty much the same, usually. But that Jake... I think Jake changes his appearance quite a bit. Line around the corner here. Line around the corner here. Kind of like where the latch of the hat is on. At the top. And downward. For the seams on the actual hat, downward over there. Right on. Back over here, kind of messing with the sideburn a little bit. Alright, pull back on that hat, curve down. And down over here for the other portion of the hat. Kind of has a folding mechanism as it goes backwards. Right on. And let's throw that neck in there. I'm gonna give him this huge neck. Just exaggerate it. I could have done this, or I could have drawn maybe like a big long like neck, but it's turning, right? Like it's going backwards or something. But I thought this is kind of cool. Let's just do that. He's got a pretty big neck for his head. Down right here. And these kind of, again, these like, you know, like little hairs and stuff like that. I don't know if you ever saw the show Ren and Stimpy, but that's kind of what I'm thinking about. They put like little straggly stuff. It kind of looks, you know, more realistic, you know. I think Ren and Stimpy pushes it as like disgusting, right? Like, but like I think that can make it look more real, more detailed when you put little straggly lines like that. It just kind of gives it a better, not say better, but just gives it more worked on look. Some hair in the back over here. Let's not forget that. And some curved lines around the corner there. All right. Let's keep looking here, and now we're kind of okay. Like, let's get some hair on the other side. Kind of at the home stretch. Just kind of thinking of like, all right, where am I gonna put this stuff? And this is all bonus, right? Kind of going in here, and I'm gonna. Oh wow, I forgot the other side of that. The hair on the other side. There we go. And cool. Let's take a look at it here. Just kind of analyzing. Yeah, maybe a little shadow behind the ear. Like I said, it's just kind of stuff, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to design in my head, and I actually connected on that a little bit there. Just kind of thinking like, okay, where does this all end up, and what is my impression of it so far, right? Like, what else do I want the audience to look at? And let me see more of the seam here. A little bit dark here around the eye. And yeah. Don't forget, by the way, share the video. If you really want to help the channel out, or if you like the video, please share it. Share it anywhere. Share it, you know, anywhere videos are posted. It's just anywhere you're able to share it. It really helps the channel. And yeah, these are pretty hard to do, especially caricatures are pretty tough to do. So, all right, just keep going around here. Keep putting these again, little detailed forms. Line right there. And alrighty, so stick around because I am gonna say something. But yeah, let's keep it going. Maybe darken up the edge here just a tad. All right. Okay, so that was amazing. You finished this lesson, but keep it going. Keep the art practice going by clicking this video right here. It's going to be within the same theme, and you want to keep it rolling to get better and better and better and get that art flow going. So click right here.